Hello everyone, word to your mums, Nobby76 here, master builder extraordinaire apparently. Look mum, I made a snake! Yeet! Right, so today we are here to talk about something exciting. What's that? It's the scanner! Looks like an old calculator, because that's what it's based on. Right, so what does it do? It is basically a cloner, a duplicating device. It'll work on an item, it'll work on a construction that you've built, it'll work on multiple things at once. So I could put that bit of wood over here and say, okay, I want to scan that and that together, duplicate that, and it will. It allows you to save the things that you've scanned into a library and recall them again for later. It allows you to rebuild them. So I'll show you how it works. So we'll start off with something simple. Say you've cut a piece of wood and you want it at, you know that's the right length, but you need about 5 of those. So hit the scan button. It says mode, scan. Pull the trigger and let go, and it puts a little sticky label on it, and it shows it there. If you click it again, it takes the sticky label off, and we'll put that bit of wood there so I can show you. We'll scan that and that, and it's showing too, and you can zoom in a bit if you want. So we'll actually unscan that because we don't want that. Okay, and then zoom out a bit. So that's our scanned thing. We can now hit the build button if we want, and it'll place one down. And you pull the trigger, and it adds it. You have to wait a couple of seconds, so you can't do accidental rapid respawning and fill your level with houses, and then the game crashes and you lose all your information. So you can do that. If while you're in build mode, you hold the instead of normally to stamp it down, you just click the trigger. But if you hold the trigger and move left or right, the more you move it, the faster it turns. So like the further away from the body, the faster it turns. And when you're happy with the angle, and if you notice you've got left and right arrows flashing on the screen while you're doing that, and you let go, and it drops it down. So that's the basic duplicating. Oh, drop that. So that's a basic duplicating mode, and it will constantly remember the last thing you had in memory. So you can skip it back to drop it back to scan mode, and it's just looking for an item. But this is still got a sticky label on it, so you want to unscan that. So what you could do now, if you needed to duplicate loads, is scan 1, scan 2, and scan 3. And then do build, and it drops them down. We'll go back to scan and unclick them, and it'll work on that as well. So we'll do that, and we'll do build. We go plunk, and we'll put one on top of there. There we go. Be very careful. If you have like several items at once, so say I scanned those 3 pallets, I'm going to take that off scan mode a sec. There we go. So if you had these 3 pallets scanned and you went to respawn them, and you do it at a strange angle, so one of the pallets happens to spawn inside one of the other pallets, pardon me, it is going to create havoc, because you're trying to spawn one thing inside another, and they will end up getting locked together, and you'll have to grab one, grab the other, and sort of walk with them a bit to try and separate them. But anyway, so that's the basic scan and build. So now we'll go scan and scan, and we'll do that one for good measure, scan. Now we'll go save. Project name, we'll call it palette test. Now you can either type it like that on the keyboard, or you can hold the interact trigger and point at the buttons if you want. Now that's been saved. If I go to my library, and it was called palette test, so we go down to MP, across, there's palette test, and if we go accept, now see, if I spawn that there, that's going to go crazy, because that's showing me that one's going to spawn inside the other. Let's do that. And there we go. So that's how you make things go wonky. So what you have to do in that case is grab both of them and walk a little bit while separating hands, and they'll separate. So try not to do that. That's not something we can really fight against. All you got to remember is just don't spawn things inside of other things. Okay, so that was the palettes, and if we go back to the library and across again, it's still there. Or you could go up to recent. It tells you what you've done in this session. Have I got others in here? I'm sure I have. Yeah, there's my door test. So we go accept, and there's my door. Take it back off scan mode. So that's lovely. That's really all there is to this. When you scan something, so that's just the door, because that's one item, and the door frame is the second item. So in a case of something like this, you definitely want to scan both at the same time. So you'd save it, and you type the name in and hit accept, or the return key there, and it'll go through. I don't want to do that though, because I've already got this in my collection, and it's also available in the Steam Workshop. If you call something the same name, it'll tell you, and it'll either give you the option of creating a secondary one, or going back and cancelling, like changing the name, things like that. So that's cool. It's all quite simple to use, really. Like you can do crazy things like what else I'm sure we had others in here. There's a Euro palette. Oh yeah, some of the jigs that I've done as a pack and uploaded, they're now available from the workshop, so you can put them in the scanner and go, oh, I need another corner jig, zap. Palette test, was there anything else in there? Oh yeah, like I said, you can do small things like a bit of wood or a couple of pallets, but then you can also do things like a house, thanks to our good friend Mr. Alco, who made that. And oh no, that's the same one. Back to the library. So we want tower, accept. Let's go have a look. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, go off scan mode. There's the big tower. And there is the world. Ooh, everyone looks like ants from up here. So, there we go. That is the basic use for the scanner. You zap something, you either hit build to duplicate it there and then, or you zap something and then do save. Obviously you can also do things like go back into the palette test and we go save edit, and you can either change the name, or you can go down and go down to delete project and hit accept. Are you sure? Accept. There we go, we've deleted the palette test, which is good. So that's cool. So you can go in and rename things if you want to, or delete them. And when you want to choose something, you either hit accept, or you hit build. And we come back out. Right, now there is one more part to this which you won't actually find in the game here, and that is the exporter. So you can send things to Steam Workshop when you've made them. So for example, if you've made a Euro palette, or you've made a door, or a house, and you save it to your library, you can then send that item from your library to the Steam Workshop. And I will show you how we do that now. Okay, so we're back at the main menu, and for the observant of you, you may have found another scanner that says IO. As soon as you pick it up, it takes you to this room. It's very nice. And it does tell you here, you have two different sorts of export. You have export to Steam Workshop, or if you're a 3D guy, you have export to OBJ, which is a very, very standard 3D format. So if you use a 3D application, you can export whatever build you have into your 3D application, and you can render it, you can do animations with it, all that sort of thing. But that is literally just hit the button for export. So what we do is we pick up the scanner, and the two outside buttons, the scan and build, are useless in this, so they're turned off. So what we do is we go to library, and for example, we'll do door test. We go accept, and the door appears over there on our little viewing platform. This computer is for taking the screenshot, add an image, touch the keyboard, orientate the camera. And this one is for adding a description. Touch the keyboard, type a description. So, oh, here we go. So, yeah, that's good. Click done, and that's your picture. Then you come over to here, and see, I've already exported this and give it a description. But you literally just type what your description is, click done, then lift the flap and hit the button. I'm not going to hit the button because, as I said, I've already exported this to the Steam Workshop, and I don't want to add a duplicate item. But you literally then just hit the Steam Workshop button, and it'll go boop, and it'll say exporting, and either export success or fail. If it fails, you're on your own. I don't know how to help you with that. I've never seen it fail yet. But yeah, you hit the button, it exports, and it goes to the Steam Workshop. And if you want to alter the description for it or the name slightly, you can go to the Steam Workshop page in Steam and edit it all there. This is just for basic description. So there we go. And then when you want to do a different one, Euro palette, accept. And there's a Euro palette. We'll put that one in. And there's the palette. I've already got a description for that as well. A standard blue Euro palette. Let's export it to OBJ. There we go. That went out. That was easy. Let's export something else. Something slightly bigger. Small tower. We'll do tower. Accept. Right, okay. I know what's going on here. We can't edit this because it's not our object. This was already done by Alco, so it won't let you go in and re-export things, I presume. Oh, let me export to OBJ. I don't know if it'll let me export to Steam Workshop. I'm not going to test it though, because this isn't my object. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, we'll do a jig. There is a little jig. T-shaped jig for 2-inch beams, and then you go, and it exports. And that's it. That's basically all there is to the scanner. It's quite simple. You have scan, you have build, you have scan, you have save. And when you want to recall, you go to the library, hit accept, and you get your object, and you hit the build button. When you want to export stuff, come back to the menu, give it a description, and give it a picture. And that's it. And then export it. That's all you need to do. Very simple. And when it comes to getting items that other people have uploaded to the Steam Workshop, you literally just go to the Steam page, subscribe to that item, and it automatically downloads it and adds it to your scanner for you. So there you go. Have fun. Be productive. Bye.